Hello mates, this is a fucking shocker.
Right then guys, we are back with the R125 and we're going to be starting on the front fork seals. They're a bit leaky at the moment, as you can see, so we're gonna get that sorted today. So I'll show you step-by-step process how to get these done. Little backyard job. Right, so what are we going to start with?
Well, what I normally do is I'll start from the top and make my way to the bottom, in the sense that, so obviously these are the forks that we're going to take out, both on both sides. So I've got to loosen all these bolts and everything all the way down there and everything, and then take it all apart. And obviously anything that needs to be loosened on the shock, I'll do it on the bike. And once when it's all loose, obviously once when it's all apart, it's easy to take them. It'll be pre-loose, so I can take it all apart, rebuild them, put them back in a reverse manner, and job done. So let's crack on with it. So I need a few tools to open these bolts. So let's do this. That's it. Put that here. That's the right size. These are loose. So loosen them off. One underneath it. One this thing there. And then loosen that off also. So now these are loose. We'll do the same thing here. Both shocks are coming out. We already mentioned that the bike's already up in the air, and our nice paddock stand. So when we get to the wheel, these will come apart. Okay, I'll take these caps off because I've got to loosen them. Also, these are pre-loaded bolts. 17mm, and it's a hex.
Should straight in.
Yep. That's loose also. Okay. Always give a little tap to make sure it's in place. A little bit. They're loose also. Now if you look down here, so obviously that's loose, that is loose, I'll loosen that. And now down there you see these bolts there, I'm going to loosen them off. But come to think about it, what I might do, just make sure that I've got the right socket. I'll leave that, I think I'll leave that for the last moment. I'll tell you why. Because I've got to loosen the shock off. I'll show you how we're going to do. To remove this wheel, obviously there's a bolt going through here all the way to that side, but there's that Allen key. That is basically like a locking pin. So basically make sure it's, so I'm going to loosen that. So that's loose. Okay, that's loose now. caliper. I'm going to loosen these bolts, move the caliper out of the way. I'm going to move all these brackets to release all that. So now that is loose, this is loose. I'll have to start on that. I've already moved the cable, that's an electronic speedo. It's attached to the bottom of the clutch. Always make sure you disconnect that. Yeah, because sometimes what happens is you don't disconnect that, you forget to disconnect it, you pull the wheel off, you'll pull the wires out of the plug, and then that's it, you're bothered. What I normally do, I keep a little container to catch these bolts. Just gotta make sure these are full filling and everything, and around the top also. Then,
Yeah.
this one.
Yep.
So that's the only thing that's holding it. So what I'll do here now, and it's a 14mm. What I do, and crack that bolt loose. As soon as that's loose, hopefully, there you go. You see it slide?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that slide?
Oh yeah.
So make sure you keep that lifted in one hand, because by forcing this out, you don't want to put pressure on this and crack this fairing. These are your forks. That's one fork out, as you can see. It's been leaking quite some time now, isn't it?
Mm.
And look. Oh well, no problem. Got a new kit. Go in there. And as you can see in there, you see that Allen key bolt in there?
Yep.
Can you see that? That's what I gotta take out, and then this, the whole of the shock will come out in two pieces. So right now I've got one side out. That's the right hand side of the bike. And now and obviously while I'm doing that also, I've got to make sure, I've got to check for any pitting. So just got to make sure there's no pitting in it. Remember what I did earlier on? Loosen the caliper. So you don't lose them. So now loosen that caliper. Let's come away. Put that bolt back in there. As you can see, check the pads. Leave that down for a bit. There's not much weight on it anyway. It's an aluminium caliper, it's not it's a nice Brembo piston caliper. So that's it, that's that done there. Now for this also, as you can see, it's all freed up. Now what I do, same thing with this, come around here, turn the handlebars this way. See that bolt again? This one here. So what I'll do, oops, wrong size, my bad. 14 on that. only thing you have to watch here, see the clutch cable, yeah? Just move it out of the way slightly. And that's it. Nicely fixed. So it's loose now. Did the same thing with these. See? As soon as I moved it,
Yep.
it slid straight down. Now again, there you go. That's your second. So we've loosened that bolt up in there. So now, as you can see, it's going to start leaking out. So the way this is going to happen now is look how dirty and ugly that. There you go. That's the oil coming out. You see anything? Right. So that is coming out here. Also, if you back it up a bit, if you look at the whole shock now, as I said, that is the oil in there that I'm draining out. So now when I dismantle this, obviously I'm going to clean it all up. It'll be all cleaned up and everything, and then put new seals in it, assemble it back together with fresh brand new oil in there, not with this grease and all that. This is obviously contaminated with water, oil and all sorts, because obviously it's all open to all the elements. This is breaking in, by the way, so like I said, you need it clean. I'm taking off all the debris before I dismantle it, because the last thing I want is, while I'm dismantling it, any bits going in there. Plus, when I'm cleaning it all up also, I'm going to be checking if it's got any pitting or anything like that, so that's nice and clean, no pitting. Obviously I'm going to find out a lot more of it inside. These are still the old seals, so like I said, just cleaning it up, breaking and right now, getting all the muck and everything off it. Now, time to take the old seals out. What I need now is a flathead screwdriver. But just pry it, just so you don't damage it. And then inside here, I don't know if you can see it's a bit rusty. Like I said, it looks like obviously water's been getting into it because of the seal being perished and all that. So look, if you look around there, there's a circlip. Now what I need to do, get a smaller screwdriver and hopefully pry that circlip out, and then the whole shock will come apart, and then we can start cleaning it up even more and putting it back together. Okay, now this is screwdriver size I need. If you look into there, as I showed you before, there's a little circlip. So what I'm going to do, if you look, it's got it's not totally round, so what you can do is put the screwdriver in there and pry that out from one side. There's this, and these are just hard, and then you can do the other side like so.
Beautiful.
And it'll just pop up. And then if you've got a magnetic screwdriver like I have here, you can always bring it up like that. Put it down there. Now that's the outer seal, that's the circlip, and there's another seal in there, that's the main seal, stops all the fluid and all that to come out. Now obviously, as you can see, it's deep. For me to take that out, what I've got to do, I've got to grab that because it's nice and thingy, so I'm gonna, and this is the way to, there you go, as you see.
Beautiful.
It's come apart. Yeah. Now I'll put that down. I've got to obviously inspect inside there, make sure it's nice and clean, no pittiness, nothing, no rust. That's the main thing, because obviously, like I said, the water's been getting in there. As you can see from this seal, see there's rust around there, so I'll be getting rid of that. Then on top of that, I'll be inspecting to make sure there's no pittiness, so I'm going to clean all that up. So you got your seals here, that's your main seal, then you got another washer underneath it, and that is it, guys. And clean it all up and put it back together. That's it. Alright guys, as you can see, that's nice and clean now. Yeah, there's no pittiness on that, so it's not pitted or anything. Right, but there's another thing I'm going to do now. I'm going to dismantle all of it, because obviously, as you can see, the amount of debris, the dirty greasy oils come out, so obviously when I put it back together, I don't want all of that contaminated with the new oil. So as you saw me previously in the video, what I did before I took it off the bike, I loosened everything up, yeah, and this is what I mean. So this is a preload bolt, so this basically, this is where the spring is. There's a spring in here, right? So obviously that oil, these are like little valves where the oil goes into and pumps the oil up and down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to release this, pull the spring out, give it a good clean inside out, so basically it's nice and fresh. So when I do put the new oil in it, it's not going to get contaminated with old one. So as you can see, I'm going to take this apart now and do a full clean. Yeah, that's another thing, you got to be extra careful and you got to keep tension on it, because if you open that with a slightly weaker hand and your face is over it, it will knock you out, because that's spring loaded. It will basically jump back and jump back out you. So as you can see, that's that there, and there also there's a seal, like an O-ring on there, and this doesn't look too good. So hopefully the kit I've bought is a complete kit with all the O seals. If not, I'll have to purchase a new one. But yeah, this is the way to do it, proper way to do it, guys. That's the top bolt out, put this in, then got this tube here, see, same again, it is all contaminated with dirty oil, so obviously I'm going to clean all that out. And then while we're there, there's a washer, like a spacer type, that's coming out, and that is your spring inside the shock, so that will also be cleaned up and everything. And then, if you want, turn that upside down. Just want to make sure there's no more oil in there or anything. No, no oil. And then you've got this tube, as you can see. So what will happen is I'll put my hand underneath it, because that will straight away drop down. I.e., there you go. I did say oil, didn't I? There. So now, taking that out also, Now what do you see in there? Total empty tube. So now I'm gonna fully clean that out. Make sure there's no debris, nothing in there, and then put it all back together. Again, there's a seal on here also.
It's all done, guys. Everything's all out and all cleaned up. It's absolutely beautiful.
As you can see in there.
Oh yeah.
Nicely cleaned up. So is this all cleaned up also, as you can see. No pittiness or nothing. Also the spring cleaned up also. So now start to put it back together.
Yeah. Alright. This is what we bought. Fork seal repair kit. Grab yourself one of these off of eBay. Nice, cheap, and hopefully will do the job. Let's find out.
And also you got this, comes with the brand new circlips as well. Also, and the oil. Okay. Right, so that's all cleaned up now. So what I'm gonna do is start putting it all back together. So what I'm gonna start with is the tube. So here's my clean cloth. Grab the tube. Wipe that down. Make sure that's all nice and clean. Gloves on and all. So start assembling it piece by piece. Okay. Now the way I'm going to do this is come back here. Once you pick that piece up. So I want it all clean. That was the whole purpose of cleaning it in the first place. So then that'll start coming out from there. That's in there. So what I'll do now. That's all in place, all the circlip is in there also. So that's that job done. Again, clean that up. And now for the final seal. Again, like I said, I'll be using the carrier bag, i.e. carrier bag at them carefully, obviously you can see a bit of pitness on top of that. That's obviously the bolt for the pre-tension spring. So I don't fancy putting the seal straight over that, i.e. if it cuts the seal or damages it, I'm back to square one. So just for precautions, always. Now, this bolt has got a crush washer on it. What a lot of people do, or even some of the manufacturers, they put a bit of sealant on there, even though it's a crush washer. But before they put that back in there, this is actually the place where you actually fill it in from. So, how I do this is I've got a syringe. So in this shock, checking online and everything, been told that it takes about 250 mil fork oil, basically shock oil that we bought. So that's what I'm going to do now. Keep it like that, and then I'm going to fill it up. Then what I do, put that bolt back in, and that's our shock done and assembled. Hi guys, all done now. Seals have been put. Just want to show you the rebound. So you push that down, as you can see. That, there's more weight going on there. There's no leaks or anything. So that's all done. So time is back together. In reverse. What I normally do is, if you're not sure how far they need to go in, into the top. If you look there on these, they got telltale signs. So you see that there? That's where the pinch bolt is. So as long as you get it up to there, and you know that's exactly how it came out. Yeah. So because what happens is, if you push this too far in, bolt to the shocks, you'll end up lowering the front end of the bike down, and you don't want it too far down, and you don't want it too higher up either. So you want it level. So what I do is, because obviously these are already been on the bike and they're in the original place, they're not being messed about or touched with, So I'll just make sure, I'll look for telltale signs like that at the top as well. So I'll just push it back in where the marks are. That way I know that's exactly where they were from factory. Okay guys, now time to put the wheel back on. Now this is a speed sensor. Now you gotta make sure you put this in the right place. If you look, you got two little notches there and there's a notch here. So what you gotta make sure is you don't catch that notch onto that notch, because what will happen is when you put the wheel back in, it'll force into that and snap it. Once in that snap, your speed ain't gonna work. So the way you do this, you gotta put that in the right place. So what I do, move them out of the way from there, and I'll just slide it on like so. Turn it to make sure there's nothing catching. And then if you look at this slot here, that's like a little cutout in the sensor itself. That sensor, that cutout, when you put the wheel on, if you look here, see, make sure it goes into that, well, it aligns up with that, because if it doesn't align up with that and you bolt that back together, this sensor will flop around and you won't get the right reading. This sensor, once when it's on there, it needs to be in one place. That's why that notch is on there, to hold that sensor in one place. So once when it's connected, it's not going to move with the wheel and tangle up the wire and everything and all that. So okay, so as you can see, the space is back in there. If you want to come around here,
hell yeah.
And now I'll show you what I was talking about. This sensor, just make sure you don't catch it, get that caught in the wheel or step on that plug, because it's wrecked. If you come here, look at that now, that's in its place. Can you see that? That's not going to move around now. I'll show you that there. There you go. Again, make sure it's going in by hand, not forcing it in. So nothing's been forced, everything is placed correctly. So now the bolts on there, hand tight. Just get the Allen key. I'll just again slowly nip it up. And I'll tighten all that up once, and this is all plugged up behind the clocks. So now I know that's all done, so I'm just going to go through everything again, make sure everything's what needs to be tightened by hand, it's all nipped up, and that's it. And there you go guys, this is how it goes. Just gonna be nice and tight there, don't break it. That's it. Like I said, these are nipped up. You don't put your full strength into this, because the last thing you want to do is snap it. So that's it, that's perfectly fine. That bracket's okay. calipers on. Yes, so you're torquing it then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow you to torque it because then I'm going to QC it later. So what are we torquing it down to?
Right now we got this pinch bolt. Well, all the pinch bolts really. They're all at 20 Newton meters. So all I gotta do
Is that what the spec shows? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the manual shows. So all we gotta do is just give it a nice little tighten. And once she's there, she should click.
That's it.
There she is. Hear that?
That's it.
Beautiful.
Okay.
That's one.
That's one done.
Now if you go to the other side.
Now we're on the other side. Okay.
Beautiful. Right in that bad boy.
Yeah.
And nice and gently. And nope, not yet. There we are.
Okay.
Beautiful. Nice and easy.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you torque the rest of them up on the torque wrench,
Oh yeah.
and then I'll QC you later.
Right guys, another 4-inch. With the 3/8 still want to get on here. If you have a look here, there just wasn't enough space for it. Plus I didn't have the correct tool. But anyways, let's get a torque down to 20. There we are. Oh, it's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So nerve-wracking.
So now you're doing the other side, yeah?
Yeah. Let's see. Beautiful. Oh yeah.
That's it. That's
Awesome.
all you done then.
I'll do the job.
Okay, so I'll just QC it. We'll take it off the paddock stand. Yeah. And that's it.
We can talk up the phone as well.
While we're there, shall we? Let me put the sensor back on. So you wanna?
Awesome.
Oh, come on. Now. Here is the sensor. If you look, that will go up into there, around here, and that will, excuse me, I'll reroute it this way around, because here, I don't know if you can see this wire. Can you see the wire?
Just about. Yeah.
How about you bring the camera through here? I don't know if that's going to make.
Yeah.
You can see that.
Yeah.
Can you see that little clip with it
Oh yeah.
at the bottom? So that clip here goes into there. But before I do that, if you look underneath, like I said, if you look underneath here, under the clocks,
Yeah.
there's a plug. Make sure that's clipped in now nicely, and then you don't want to tangle these up. Push it back underneath the clocks again. So that's underneath there, and this clip here will go back in this place here. And that's how you basically that's it. That's in its place now.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're doing now?
Talking up the brake calipers. It's gonna be absolutely lovely.
So you're gonna be torquing up that brake caliper, yeah?
Yeah.
On the front wheel.
Just to double check, these are 13. Beautiful.
Okay. So what's the torque setting on that?
On these ones, these are 35. So we gotta make sure these are torqued down to 35 Newton meters. So we'll just give it a bit of a. There we go. That's one. We'll do one more just to be sure. And beautiful. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Okay. Beautiful. Amazing.
That's done, yeah?
That's torqued up.
So that's all torqued up. So because everything was off the bike, now everything's tight on there. I can use the bikes. So I'm just making sure that these are. There you go, nice and tight. There. That's it. That's done.
Beautiful.
Nice.
One thing left.
So we got it off the paddock stand.
Oh yeah. And all we gotta do is tighten up the front nut.
To do that, obviously we got to make sure this pinch bolt is loose. You see that this is loose. So first,
Yeah guys, do not tighten that before you tighten the wheel up. Always tighten the wheel up first. So what newton meters are you putting it to?
this one's going to be 150.
115 newton meters.
That is set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's it.
That'll do ya.
That's nice.
Right, this one, let's just get this snug first.
And yeah. So what's that going to be?
This one is at 20 newton meters because it's a pinch bolt. All the pinch bolts on this bolt, they're all 20 newton meters, so make sure you get that right.
There we
are.
go.
There we are.
Now we're happy, yeah?
Oh yeah.
All that's done. So the forks are all assembled, repaired with new seals. Everything's all torqued up and put back together. And now, as you can see, it's got a nice reband on the shock.
And that's all your roll, folks. If you did enjoy, please like, comment and subscribe. It'll help us out massively. And if you want to see more content on the YZF-R125, stay tuned for the next video. It might be a riding one because we're pretty much done with everything else that we needed to do with it. So stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you soon.
See you later, man.